Guys, uh, sorry, that was a notification that came across. I'm doing this streaming service to kind of show you guys like just what I do in the garden, just kind of day in, day out, week in, week out, whatever. So you guys are gonna follow me around when I do one of my like weekly maintenance jobs. It's not too crazy or anything because, like I told you, I have a 1 year old and I got a family. I have like responsibilities. I have a day job, so I'm just gonna kind of go around and like if you guys see anything that like draws any red flags, please let me know. I'm just learning here, just like you guys are. If you guys see anything that you know piques your interest, just let me know. I'll try to focus more on it. If you can, I'll try to keep up and see if anybody comments during this process. But otherwise, we'll just get to it. All right. I'm just gonna really just start off now. Whoops. I'm gonna start off now by guys on mount while around different things around the garden. All right. I'm going to start with compost first. I just want to go ahead and get that out the way. So that'll be my July compost update. And it is hot in Memphis, so that's why it's like I'm like sweating buckets after like 2 minutes of streaming this. I haven't even been outside that long. Still getting everything set up. Let's do it like that. Not too bad, but now that I got it set up, I want to move it. Here, this is a pea plant that's kind of traversed my entire compost bin over here. So I also have some sweet potato vines over yonder, that area. And I'll like kind of show you guys that later on. But for right now, I'm just kind of just showing you the compost bin, and we're getting right back into it. There we go. Just got a hold of my messer upper. I just hope you guys have had an awesome day and an awesome week. And I hope you guys have had a happy 4th. Sorry about that. I think I just had to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. It was a pretty good distance from the house. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that's just my sprinkler going off and watering the rest of my yard. I try to make a point to kind of multitask a bit. Like, I'm not saying that I purposely try to like just do more than I can take on, but I at least try to like do some things that don't require as a lot of thought, like watering and stuff like that, while I do other tasks. 'Cause like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I've already forgotten the name of this thing. I mean, messer upper is still a pretty solid device. You know, do not multitask. This is, how did one of my house knives end up in my compost bin? I do not know, but I am not surprised that I could do something this wild. You know, now I'm just breaking up the compost. And I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me that well. I'll try to do better in the future when it comes to these things. As you can see, I'm trying to break up the compost a bit more, but this is great material. I'm actually going to take some of this and mix it in with my some of my plants to give them some extra, you know, like for soil fertility. As you can see, there's pears in here as well because my pear tree's starting to produce and pears are starting to fall. Little critters are knocking it down too. That being said, I'll show you guys me doing that later on in the video. Just harvesting some pears. Done some research. Well, I've done some research and I think I know what I'm looking for just to kind of get ahead of the storm. Because when these pears come in, they come in crazy. They come a pouring. just trying to make a little extra room for a lot of the stuff that I'm bringing in today. And right now, when I'm disappearing, the thing that you're seeing me taking like little mounds of this and making space for those, we're taking some of this good fertile soil and putting it on some of my plants to give them, to help replenish the soil where they're at. Messer upper. Still here. Almost done with this. All right. Now to add in the compost ingredients. Look at that box over there. That's like a month of just disgustingness. All right. This is more recent than later. Whew. I'll try to get a better close up on the next one. Also, materials like this break down pretty easily as well. Again, sorry if this isn't loud enough. Watermelon vine, throat rinds, wheat. Ooh, doesn't that smell just lovely? Some eggshells. Now on to the gnarly stuff. This one's gonna have one of my scope. Well, I think one of these is gonna have one of, like a scope through away. Whew. It's not easy work, but I love it. These were some pears I was trying to test and they weren't ready for harvest yet. Along with some molded potatoes. Whew. Wow. I have worked up a good sweat and half of this is water from walking in the sprinklers. added some ash from the last time I grilled. Good broken down material that should help keep some of the ants from rebuilding, but at the same time it should also help out the soil as well, because it's just like another waste material. As long as you're not really putting anything chemically damaging, you can put whatever you want in your compost to help break it down. Nice. What's up? Hey. Anybody watching now, if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. I am all ears. But I'm just gonna go through what I said at the beginning. I'm just gonna kind of go through my garden and just do some of my weekly habits right now. Okay, I'll check that comment in a sec. But after I get done with the compost, I'm gonna go through and I'm going to start trying to harvest some stuff in my garden. Right now the pear tree is coming in, so that should be pretty exciting. The first pears of the season. That's actually a good question. I know only two things about it. I know that it's sturdy, and I know sturdy and resilient, and I know that it makes edible pears, because I've heard that there's some pear trees that don't make edible pears. So yeah, I've been making pear butter and stuff with it, but I'm trying to get down to it. When I use my plant identifier app, it just gives me like a general one. I know it's not a Bartlett pear, but I'll definitely try to look into it and maybe get back to you after the video and see if there's a better answer now, since last time I checked it's like a year ago. Now these are what I store. I use ice cream bins to store my compost, like scraps, and when I get done using it and rinsing them out, I'll set them out in the sun, and that way the sun can kind of bleach them a bit and kind of bleach them of any bacteria before I bring them back in the house. But yeah, maybe I can, when I show you my pear tree later, you can take a look at it and see if you recognize it. All right, set this down. All right, get the last of these. All right, we're back to it. Oopsie. Getting to the pear tree. So this is my pear tree right here. Let's see. Uh, there we go. All right. All right. Let me just check something here. Kind of pretty. Oh man, I just saw your comment about the 4 pear trees that you have. Yeah, that happened to me last year. I'm thinking about this year, like once the winter comes, just kind of pruning it back pretty hard, just because last year I think I attributed it not doing well because it just, as you can see, like there's some branches that are touching the ground, and there's some dead branches in there, and that's because like the pears are so heavy that they're actually breaking my branches. And it's like that can't be good for it, especially if it means that, all right, I'll just do a really good harvest one year and then just nothing for next year because I got to deal with the stress. Like I would rather just have moderate things. Like it would definitely be easier on my back, and it's like 30 minutes to an hour a day of actually just coming out here and picking fruit to keep the rats and stuff away. So I'm gonna try to like prune pretty heavily so that each year I can try to get something. But like I said, I'm gonna try to reply to you when this video is over to let you know what type of pears they are. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. Um, from what I've looked up, pears are ripened from the inside out, and the last time I harvested them, they were just everywhere. So save the ones that you could, throw away the ones that you couldn't, because they were just like 30 a day. Oh, nice. I like that. I'm gonna try to do that for this year. Try to at least try to prune it a decent bit without getting too high up on the ladder, because this thing's at least 20 feet high. And I say that without having any actual rulers or measurement statistics or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I've heard that the best way to tell is just tell if it's kind of soft at the top, and uh, that's just kind of what I'm gonna go with. I mean, we're into July, and I'm starting to notice a couple different pears dropping. So if you have any suggestions, feel free. Anybody that's out there, just feel free to like leave them in the comments about like harvesting pears. But one of the 2 things I'm going by are if it's soft at the top, and if it pulls away easily when I like go to with my grabber or with my hand. All right, there we go. Another one for the compost. Woo! Got our first one here. It's not too soft at the top, but this one pulled away pretty easily. And just to let you know, I'm kind of prioritizing the ones that are like bigger. I mean, like I said, this, and you, as some of you guys know, the pear trees kind of their harvest is late July, early August, sometimes all of August. I remember I've spent an entire August like harvesting pears. So I'm just gonna go for the big ones and try to check some of the ones on the ground. And if the ones on the ground fell recently, I'll go ahead and throw them in. But if they didn't, and they have like holes in it, you know, that's more more for the compost bin. See that? A squirrel or something's been eating on my pears. So that's why it's crazy. When my son was born, my pear tree was like harvesting, like full in harvest, dropping like 10 to 20 of these a day. And I'm just having to come out here, born screaming inside and outside. I'm just in the heat, just picking pears. It's not as bad as that, I will say that. Like right now. So I guess I can count my blessings. And some of them are going to, I'll try to shake the tree a little bit. And if they come down, I'll go ahead and take them inside to see how they hold up over time. I will say this. My pears are a type, for the question that was asked earlier, my pears, I don't know what type of pear they are, but I remember when I looked them up, just based off of what the characteristics I knew of them, I knew that they were hard on the outside to keep pests from them. So if they fail and stuff like that, it would take like, maybe, like, it would have to take like a rodent or something in order for this to really, like draw a lot of critters, because the birds don't really pay attention to it or anything. It's just something that happens to be in the area and knew that last year had it, they would do it. Let's get back to, gosh, look how wet my shirt is. Um, I'll get back to it. Check it out. Got some pears for right now. But for right now, I'm gonna go to check on my cucumber plant, because I know it has some stuff over here that I can. So, if anybody watching can see this, it's pretty prickly. Like, this is how my cucumbers are turning out. So if you guys can explain what's going on with this is already starting to yellow. So I'm like wondering what is actually causing that. So like I said, if you guys can actually give me an answer, I'll try to post about it more. I'll try to look at some research myself, but I'm leaning to thinking it's the heat here, but just curious what you guys think. And add this to my little harvest basket here. Hopefully when I take this inside, this is not to be confused with any of my pears. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, down here it's been getting like hellishly hot. Like it's been pretty bad. Like heat advisories, air quality alerts. Like I'm talking about, like I went running for 10 minutes yesterday and it looked like I jumped in a swimming pool. This one's a bit softer. I hear that you harvest cucumbers a bit early just to prevent them from thinking that they've put out enough. But I don't know what's with those. Got some purple whole peas here. Looks like they've got some flowers kind of developing down here too. That's my sweet potato vines. But look at this. This is the epic thing that I want to draw attention to. This right here. That is a ginger plant that's actually coming up that I didn't realize would still be alive. Nice. Appreciate the advice. I appreciate you tuning in with me. Here's some turmeric here. That's been doing quite lovely. I can't wait to see how it does in the later months. This is gonna be the first year I actually grow ginger and turmeric like throughout an entire season. Here's my lettuce plant. It's already going to seed. It's been producing flowers. Trying to see. I'm probably gonna do more research on this before I actually try to harvest seeds from it, but it seems like it's getting pretty close to it if I'm being honest with you. Let's see. Anything else? Doesn't seem like there's anything else to look into at the moment. I mean, I've got some tomatoes right here, but they're not ready. Same here. Got some tomatoes here. They're not ready as well. Got some plants all over here as well. Got blackberries. My blackberries are actually producing for a second time this season. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, I just started pruning things back. I don't know if you saw that video, but it definitely seems to be working. All right, back to these pears. I think if I can at least get 20 or 30 of them, well, 10 to 20 of them, that should at least for me for right now until they produce, so that, well, until they start really falling. I want to really try to catch them as they're falling, because it's just a lot of work to try to pick these up when they just decide that they're ready. And when they decide that they're ready, they're just like, all right, it's pouring now. Got some more right here. I'll probably put these in the maybe pile just to decide what I'm gonna do with them. They seem a bit small, so I might just throw them in my compost. Got another good one. Take a look. Try to like go for them as well, but aren't really coming off that easily. Like, well, of course, make me a liar. We'll have to see if those turn out all right. But I'm not trying to take all the ones on this tree. Harvest some, see how they're looking, and then judge the other 200 of them from that. Let's set this down over here while I do that. The good thing about these pears, I will say, is that because this tree is like almost 20 feet tall, that when they do like get pretty ripe, they go ahead and drop to the ground. And I don't, as long as I get there by the end of the day, usually nothing messes with it unless they actually sought out one. Some more good ones. Another easy one. Like I said before, I'm really trying to go for the easy ones. The ones that are like look big and they look like they could be ready. Because then I'll give them a couple extra days inside, just May. Um, what do you usually recommend for your pear tree? Do you when you take them off, do you give them 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 10 days before they before you go ahead and eat them, or do you eat them right away? Let me know when you can. Not bad. And again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate you being here. All right. I think this is plenty for right now. So before I end, I want to just let you know that I'm going to make a couple seed pods. Well, not seed pods, but like, I don't know what they're exactly called, but they're these pods that you kind of put on the, you kind of shave back the bark a bit, and then you you fill them with soil and like make a little pocket around it, around the, I guess, green stalk, and try to make like clone trees. I'm gonna do that on a couple of these out here, and but then I'll kind of wrap up and kind of say, wrap up what all I did. So we'll go from there. get that out of the sun. So these are the seed pods I was talking about. I'm gonna try to shave parts of the root of the bark back a bit, and then I'm going to put these on certain aspects of the tree. Right here. All right, that should be good enough. All right. Take some leaf. We're gonna collapse it around right here. Right over that green stalk. I might be butchering the name, but that is what we're calling it for the moment. And don't worry, I'll try to zoom in on this after I'm done. There. Maybe one more right here. And that last zip tie here is just to kind of keep this last little zip tie right here is just to kind of keep it up. But right here, this is filled with soil, and by exposing that inside bark, it's telling the tree, hey, there's land here, hey, let's go ahead and start producing roots. And then I can go ahead and start cutting this tree off. And at least when I'm trimming it back, I don't have to just give it the compost. I can actually put it in compost, and I can actually start other trees in different parts of my property, or sell them, or give them to my friends. All right, let's do one more. All right, we're gonna do this one right here. Go ahead and just pull off some leaves. I'm gonna do this one a bit cleaner than I did the last one. But hey, you guys, the important thing is that you just try to get into this type of stuff. Don't even try to worry too much about whether or not you can actually successfully do it or not. Just get to trying, and you'll find out along the way what you can and cannot do. So just try to focus on that. Sorry, I want to add more dirt, and I'm mixing some of the local dirt as opposed to the other one where I mixed mainly just dirt for my compost in there. so. See, half of it's like the dirt from the tree that's below the tree, and half of it is my compost. And so, like I said, where are my zip ties? Oh well, we will. Oh, found one. At least we got enough to get started. So, all right, we got a good bit of green part exposed. Cool. We're gonna go here. Gonna take this. And just tighten this zip tie just like so. Oop, that made it a bit heavier. All right, and then while you got it like this, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this. Yeah. And if you guys are interested in the link to where I got these, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll try to leave it in the description after this video is done. But I'm sure you guys can find this anywhere. I didn't really invent this type of stuff, or I don't think this is really any secret. With that being said, just let me know. Trying to fill up this gap a bit more. Fill it up with a little bit more dirt. And you know, you guys, if this doesn't work, cool. We learned something new today. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like I've said multiple times before, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. And as long as you're doing that, you can't lose. All right, there we go. Looks great, you guys. Whew. Yeah, as I wrap up and go ahead and start cleaning and stuff, you know, picking up my pears the leftover pears that I'm gonna throw into my cup, stuff like that. Just wanted to let you guys know what we did. Those that have been tuning in this entire time or just now checking in with me. We dealt with the compost for the majority of the first half of the video. Then, while I was watering, I was watering during both processes. But then I started picking some pears. That was pretty awesome. And after that, oh yeah, here's the compost. It's filled with the trash pears that I found when I was picking. And harvested some cucumbers. Harvested some purple whole peas. And we started to pear treat from cuttings. So I'm excited about this. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys have any questions or have anything else you want to talk about, leave them in the comments, message me, make a post, and we'll go from there. You guys have an awesome rest of your day.